This week, Marvel brings the heat with an all-new Red Hulk. Over at DC, Absolute Wonder Woman continues to prove why it's one of the best books on the shelf. And what's the deal with Pop Kill #1? You might want to grab a copy while you can. Plus, we got some stunning variant covers you won't want to miss. Let's jump in.
Yeah. Yeah.
This week's new comic book releases. We talked about Red Hulk when we talked about trending comics, but the Red Hulk has a new book lined up for this week. How excited are you for this week's comic books?
I'm always excited for new comic book day. Always,
Mhm.
like every one of them. And this one, I'm actually going to read this one. I'm not the biggest Red Hulk person, but
Mhm.
I will pick up the first issue just to see what it's all about.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested in it. It's also within the Doom universe, so we'll talk a little bit more about it when we get to it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the previously fresh. So this is the top voted comics according to the League of Comic Geeks. Number 1 was Ultimate Wolverine #2 with 24%, which came out last week. Second was New Gods with 15%. Zatanna #1, her new series came out, was 11%. Aliens versus Avengers, the next chapter came out, and Batman and Robin Year One came in 4th place. Did you get a chance to read any of these?
Yeah, I've read all of them except for the Batman and Robin. I probably actually would have put Aliens versus Avengers in the #1 spot myself. I thought it was excellent.
Mm, yeah. Well, I think with Ultimate Wolverine, um, it's just a big book. I didn't get a chance to read it. I have my copy. I've been meaning to read it. Super excited about it. I like issue 1 a lot. Same thing with New Gods. I really enjoy New Gods, what I've read so far. So those are 2 books that I have waiting for me to read. It takes me a while to read books. Sometimes it takes me a really long time to read books, and I just kind of like read them in arcs sometimes because of my time. But last time I was like quick to read Ultimate Wolverine. So I want to get to this one too very soon.
Yeah, it was good. It was a really good read. I think you'll like it. Same with New Gods. I enjoyed it as well, and that acetate cover is amazing in person.
Yeah.
Santana, it was great too. I liked it.
Good artwork in Zatanna with Jamal Campbell.
Yeah, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
But Alien versus Avengers, I mean, you got Rubik, you got the writing. It ends on a really great kind of cliffhanger, if you will, or death that you didn't really see coming. It just was a really good book.
Awesome. All right. Let's take a look at our breakdowns, our rundown. Fresh off the shelf, these are the amount of books that came out as well as the variants. So we have a total of 90 books scheduled to be released this week. That's according to cover price. Among that, you have 264 variants. Lots of variants.
Your store is not going to have all of those.
They probably won't have all 90 either,
No.
because that's also part of the indie books as well. There's 14 new #1s scheduled. With those, there'll be 93 variants for those #1s. As far as potential keys goes, as of right now, there's 6 keys that have been accounted for with only 1 first appearance. However, that number is going to change. I just got word that there's a couple of more first appearances, so there's more like 4 first appearances, and now there's more like 10 keys. But I got that information a little later on in the day. So I never chose to update it because, again, by updating, it's not worth it. Publisher breakdown. There are 20 titles for Marvel Comics. Among them, you have 62 variants. DC Comics has 15 comics with 41 variants. Okay. Works out that way. If we look at Image has 10 new titles with 11 variants. Boom has 3 titles with 9 variants. IDW has 6 titles with 15 variants. You ready? You ready, Shane? 4
Dynamite.
for Dynamite with 87 variants.
Oh, man.
Dark Horse Comics has 7 titles with 4 variants. As far as the remaining indie comics, you have 25 other titles with 35 variants. Man, Dynamite, chill out with the variants, guys.
I know, it's crazy.
Let's take a look at our keys for the week. Starting with Red Hulk #1. This book is coming out from Marvel Comics. It's the introduction of the Think Tank. It's also a One World Under Doom event tie-in. Features Machine Man and Deathlock. I'm looking forward to it. I like the Jeff Shaw cover, which is cover A. Also, the one in the middle is Adam Kubert. There's also a John Romita Jr. cover. There's a trade dress one, which is, I think, cover price. But there is also a 1 in 100. I really am digging that cover, though.
Yeah, this should be good. The thing that's got me kind of interested in is there's a bunch of them all imprisoned by Doom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what kind of starts this whole story going, is they decide they have to do something. That's where the think tank comes from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So be on the lookout for this book. There's some other covers. I'm gonna talk about one little later. So we'll get to that one later. I'm not gonna talk about it just yet. Over at DC, you got Absolute Wonder Woman #5. You got the Hayden Sherman cover A. The Mike Perkins 1 in 25 is a really nice cover. There's also a 150 Homar cover, which I like as well. A cosmic threat encroaches on Gateway City. This is really the penultimate story of the last issue, issue 6, which is the final arc. The first arc is going to be ending there. I'm a little behind on Wonder Woman as well. I'm on like issue 3 right now, and I've been loving it. I think it's one of my favorite books.
Oh, this run now is at the top for me for the Absolute books. These covers, hopefully there's a couple other variants. None of these ones are really up to where the other ones have been.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that issue 6, the main cover A for it by Sherman is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. But yeah, this book is such a good read right now. The art inside is top. The story is good. Everything you want in a book for sure.
Awesome. All right, let's take a look at our next book here. Ultimate Spider-Man #14. We got the continuation of the Craven story. There's a lot of stuff going on in this book. You got the Mark Tichetto cover A. Geraldo Sandoval does a phenomenal job with that cover. I love the yellow background. I like how the trade dress is like smaller in that one. Then you have the 1 in 25 Carmen Carnito cover, which I guess is the Valentine's Day cover, which is cute, nice and beautiful. Spider-Man versus Craven. It continues. Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite book that comes out every month. This is the one I go to. It's got everything I like about Spider-Man in it. I know things are coming that are not going to be good, but I still love it anyway. And not good in a way of it's going to drive the story forward.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely going to be your first full appearance of Black Cat in this one. And so you might want to watch out for that. There's going to be a lot of good stuff. This book is, some people were complaining that there wasn't a whole lot happening. Where's Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm.
And it's ratcheted up.
Awesome.
Each book gets better and better and better.
Mm-hmm. All right. Our next book here is Detective Comics 1094. This is definitely a key book. It's going to feature Asima's identity will be revealed. You have the Miguel Jani cover. That's cover A. The Bruno Redondo cover is gorgeous. Also, you have the Dustin Ewing Hush cover, which I think is really cool as well. There's another one that we're going to talk about later as well. But have you been reading Detective Comics?
Detective Comics is amazing right now. I think a lot of people are kind of missing it. It's always been considered kind of not the top-notch Batman book, but it is such a good read right now. They're doing a really good job in the story. I love the art. This is another book where DC's really firing on all cylinders. They've got great creative team and great story and all that stuff. I just love it. Yeah, this is a good book.
Stuff. And we have Helverine #3. You have the Kendrick Lim cover. Also, there's a beautiful 1 in 25 David Mack cover. And Dave, a watcher, also provides us with cover. It's the spirit of the past wreak vengeance. Akira confronts the spirit of the dead at his birthplace in Japan. But what does Baradagu want with them? And how is the demon linked to Mephisto? Halvarine is caught between two worlds, and only the combined will of Akira and Baradagu will cut through the hellspawn in their way.
This has been good too. I've been reading this. I'm hoping that it does a little bit more with the characters and kind of than it has been. But I love that Dave Watcher cover. I think it looks really good. My store has that one. I'll probably pick it up. Yeah. Love the character. Just I want to see some more stuff happen. Hopefully it does with this issue.
The David Mack cover, just looking at it, it's to me, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Great use of colors and tones and just how he puts the picture together. So yeah, that's a great one. So 1 in 25, of course, so it's going to be a little more pricey.
Yeah.
But really good covers for Halvarine. Superman 23. This one, you got cover A done by Dan Mora, which features a new looking Doomsday, which I don't like it. I'll tell you, I will be honest with you, I don't like it. You also have the Nathan Zersey cover with Superwoman. That's beautiful. Dan Pinozzi has been killing it with his covers with traditional Doomsday. With I love how Superman is like his hand is just out there, like, oh no, I'll beat you up today. Superwoman is lost in time as the Man of Steel battles for his life of his deadliest adversary, Doomsday. Superwoman travels across time and space to unlock the secret of the Time Trapper. Find out in this essential chapter of the many deaths of Doomsday Saga.
This has been really good too. I'm not a huge Superman person. I always seem to get like the first 20, 30 issues, but they've really kept the story going in this. The art has been good inside. This story arc is really cool. I'm really liking the whole interplay of like Doomsday kind of currently and future Doomsday. So, and that Zerdy cover I'm in.
Yeah, it's a great Zerdy cover. What's your thoughts on that Doomsday? The one in cover A.
So that's the Doomsday from the future.
Okay.
So he's the one that's trying to help Superman keep current Doomsday from destroying everything. And there's a twist, of course, because does he trust him or doesn't he trust him? Yeah. So it's interesting.
All right. Thanks for sharing. All right. Let's take a look at our next book. Pop Kill #1. This is going to be an indie key. You got the Dave Johnson cover. You have the 1 in 10 Amanda Conda cover and the Bill Stenfree cover, which is considered the explicit variant. That might be a spec book for next week. So imagine a world where the two dominant and competing cola companies, each worth billions, are owned by former Siamese twins who are now separated and have grown to hate each other so much that they hire assassins, saboteurs, and espionage personnel to meddle with each other on a daily basis. Now, this is not the first time we get Pop Kill, but these covers are probably going to be demanding major money if they are what I think they are.
So here's my prediction, Izzy. This book is caught in that gray area that we've talked about in the real world of the Diamond problem and distribution. So my store is not getting this book because they ordered it from Diamond.
Yeah.
Diamond fell through. The time in between, it went off of FOC and they couldn't order it from other distributors. So now people are going to be buying this book and there's going to be more demand for it. So personally, if I went into a store and I saw these covers, knowing this, I would buy one of all of them, especially the Steel Freeze one and the Penosian one that we're going to get to later. I'm going to be hunting tomorrow, calling all the stores around me to see if any of them have this book, because I just think that it's in that gray area and some stores are going to have it and others aren't. and it's
Yeah.
the right combination of cool covers and kind of buzz. So yeah, watch
Oh,
out for it.
there's definitely a buzz for this book, and it's gonna be one of those books that I think we're gonna see in a top 10 list. It's just guaranteed to me it's gonna be in the top 10, especially the one by Bill Stinfreeze. You know what I mean? I honestly think because of that, and that Dave Johnson cover is a really great cover as well.
Yeah.
But I think there is a lot of buzz with this book, especially if you remember the other one, which features the Adam Hughes cover. If you remember the Adam Hughes cover, I think this is the same thing. It's kind of, I want to say it's a sequel in some way. I'm not 100% certain how it works with this book, but I do know there is a relationship with the two books. Who knows, man? Let's see how this book, you know, if you guys are in the shop and you see it, I suggest pick it up. You never know with this one. This is a spec pick. Right? Another one, I had to pick it because of the hype right now. That's Knights number 13. This is considered a perfect jumping on point for new readers. Following the events of last season's finale, we turn to the clock back to 1970s when rookie Chimera agent Tsugumiya investigates and rises of danger, magical oddities and artifacts from blistering cold to Estonesia to the boiling decadence of Las Vegas. This journey will lead him on a collision course with a vampire girl that will have ripple effects across decades. Before we move forward, we have to go back. A dark path lies ahead. Welcome to season 2. So there's only one book. There's no variants for this book for Image Comics. Now, I suggest picking this one up just to see what all the hype is for Knights. So if this is a jumping on point, it's a good top opportunity to pick this book up. Is it worth a read? I can't tell you.
Yeah, I'll look at the inside and see kind of what it looks like and decide from there. But knowing that it's kind of the start of a new arc, I would give it a try if that's the case.
Yeah. So there you have it. Those are your indie kicks. Let's take a look at our eye-catching variants, starting with Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween. This is one of Tim Sale's final pieces.
Great cover. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's, gone too soon, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yep. There's also a Rob Liefeld cover featuring Batman and a Joker with way too many teeth.
I love how the teeth cut out are almost like a bat in the back, like the pumpkin.
Yeah. I don't know what to think about the teeth.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, like no, not even the Joker should have that many teeth. But it's a Rob Liefeld. It's a rare Rob Liefeld on Batman. So
Yep.
this could be a book that people will pick up just because it's Rob Liefeld. You don't get to see Rob Liefeld do Batman a lot.
Nope, that's for sure. Maybe now that he's not with Marvel, he might be.
Oh man, that's great. He wants to fire Kevin Feige.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Oh gosh. Black Canary, Best of the Best, number 4. This is the 1 in 25 Kendrick Konkaka. What Nuka? I don't even know how to say it. Lim. That's a cool cover. At first, I thought it was a DNA cover when you showed it to me, and I was like, "Oh no, it's not DNA. It's Kendrick Lim."
Yeah, that's a good cover. That's probably it's a tough call. That first one, the Tim Sale one, it's just got so much like character and atmosphere to it. It's great.
And notice the teeth too there,
yes.
But they don't look as bad as Rob's teeth. All right, let's take a look at our next books, and that's Ultimate Spider-Man 14. This is the retailer exclusive of John Jang Spider-Man. Ultimate X-Men number 12, Jim Mafu. I love that cover. For some reason, I love the black. And yeah. Jim Mafu is one of those artists that I absolutely love his style. X-Men 12, this is the 1 in 100 Nimit Malavia. There is also a trade dress of it. So if you want that one, you could definitely pick it up. But it's a phenomenal cover featuring Phoenix.
How many people are going to order 100 copies of X-Men 12? Like that's going to be a not high print book right there.
Yeah, quite possibly. It is a open order book. So I'm curious to see about how this one excels because it is a great cover. Then we have David Nakayama with Harley Quinn 48. This is such a cute cover. I'm going to go to the next one. Detective Comics 1094, the 1 in 25 Juan Ferreira. I didn't mention Detective Comics, but my gosh, that is such a good picture.
This is one I'm going to be hopefully messaging to see if my store qualified for. I don't think they order enough Detective to get 25.
Yeah. This should be like a DVH pick.
Yeah, this is such a great cover.
Right? Okay. Now let's talk about the one in the middle. Red Hulk #1. There's a 1 in 100 Frank Miller Virgin. There's actually an open order one as well. Is it the same picture that we've seen multiple times now?
Same, exactly.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah.
Here's another book that I think is worth picking up for the same reasons we talked about pop art. Department of Truth 28, the Comic Corner Chamber of Chills homage. So you have to go to the Comic Corner to get this one. This is the Dale Alterman cover. I think that is such a great looking cover.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Mm-hmm. And then you have Godzilla versus America, Chicago #1. This is the 1 in 50 Chris Birmingham cover. Imagine you're playing stickball and Godzilla is just looking at you play stickball.
Is he holding trains or is he holding a sausage?
Well, it is Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of holding something, let's take a look at the Hello Darkness #8 by Jenny Frison. Creepy.
Those covers have been great. She's been spot on those. The story inside, I don't really know what's going on, but I bought the last, I think, 3 issues because of her covers. They've just been amazing.
Well, the last cover was definitely a spec book. Everybody picked that book up.
Yeah, that was a good cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jim Henson's Labyrinth #6 is the 1 in 25 Razak cover. Such a gorgeous David Bowie cover. I love it. I think it's beautiful. There's also a Pop Kill #1 Dan Panosian cover, which is another one that I think people should be looking out for. And
yeah, like that's a classic. It's like a movie poster cover. I love it.
Yeah.
Looks great.
And here's one that really stood out to me when I saw it, and that's Chilling Adventures presents The 9 Lives of Salem #1. This is a Robert Hack cover. This is an Archie comic.
I love that cover, but I'm very curious to see what the inside looks like.
Mm-hmm. Imagine it just looked like the same art as Archie's.
Yeah.
All right, so there you have it. Those are your books for this week. There's some fun books, man. I have to admit, there's definitely some fun books for this week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more comic content. Check out these other videos for even more insight. And I'll see you at the next one. Excelsior.